You thought the hardest part was leaving, but co-parenting with a narcissist might be the real challenge. But I promise, God didn't bring you this far to let a narcissist ex steal your joy through parenting conflicts. If your ex is still trying to manipulate, gaslight, or provoke you through parenting decisions or schedules or communication, you're not crazy, friend. You're just dealing with a narcissist. And today, I'm going to talk about how to stay grounded, protect your peace, and show up as the steady, safe parent your kids need. Welcome back for more Gen Juice. I'm Jen Zingmark, your LDS life and divorce coach, here to help you navigate the challenges of divorce with faith, grace, and resilience. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more real talk about healing, faith, and rebuilding your life after divorce. And if something resonates with you today, let me know in the comments. I read every one of them and I love hearing from you. Let's talk about how you can recognize their patterns without reacting to them. The first key to your sanity while co parenting with a narcissist is this: recognize their patterns without reacting. Narcissists love control. They have a pattern of manipulating and controlling others to feed their own egos. They excessively focus on themselves, often having an inflated sense of self importance, a deep need for admiration, and of course, the lack of empathy for other people. And that includes your children. People with narcissistic tendencies usually prioritize their own opinions and wants, often disregarding the feelings and needs of those around them. And this behavior definitely doesn't stop just because your marriage ended. I'm sure you know this all too well. But the good news for you, friend, is you're not married to them anymore. But don't expect them to be any different now. They are going to continue to act exactly the way they have in the past. So, focus on what is true and accurate. I love what Albert Einstein said: question everything. Ask yourself, is this accurate? Focusing on this will help you be careful with your thoughts and your words and not fall into their manipulative tactics. They'll often use your children's schedules or co parenting decisions to try to keep you emotionally entangled with them. Here's a few examples of what that looks like. They insist on last minute changes to the custody schedule just to see how you'll respond. They question your parenting choices in front of the kids to undermine you. They send long, accusatory texts or emails filled with exaggerations or false claims just to pull you into an argument. One of my clients told me that her ex would often send 5 paragraph text messages and long emails accusing her of being a negligent mother because she was 5 minutes late for drop off. Another client shared that her ex often told their 10-year-old son, "Your mom only cares about herself," after requesting a holiday swap. These tactics are exhausting, and just remember, they're meant to be. The good news is you don't have to play into their games. You don't have to defend every lie. You don't have to explain your reasoning for anything. And you don't have to react or even respond at all. Instead, take a deep breath, friend. Recognize what is happening, that they're manipulating, and choose your peace. Now, one way of maintaining peace is sticking to business level communication. When you're co parenting with a narcissist, think of your communication like a business transaction. That means keep it short, keep it factual, keep it emotion free. Don't justify, don't over explain, don't vent, and don't retaliate when they accuse or respond or attack these long emails with lots of accusations. Okay, here's a script that I've suggested for many clients. Thanks for your message. I'll stick to our original agreement. Let me know if there are any changes to next week's schedule. That's all. Simple, clear, and done. Email is your best friend. Use a parenting app if you need documentation or to slow roll the communication if you're just getting bombarded constantly. And if you must use text, keep it very brief and focus on the immediate logistics at hand. Otherwise, go with email or co-parenting app. And please never respond right away. Be very deliberate and precise with your words when you do respond. Give yourself time to process and to even say a prayer. You are not required to respond to them in any time frame. This boundary alone has brought so much relief to many of my clients. When they stopped engaging in the drama, they started to feel like themselves again. They set that boundary in place that they would have a 1 hour or 6 hour or even 1 day delay between email exchanges and only respond sooner than that if there was something urgent or pressing immediately related to the children. It's one way of taking your peace back, reclaiming your sanity, not allowing their attacks, their attempts to manipulate and bombard you, controlling your life to work. You have to keep that boundary and hold it in place. The next tip I have for you is protect your children without over explaining. One of the most painful parts of this journey is watching your kids be confused or hurt by your former spouse's behavior. You can't protect them from everything, but you can give them tools. Here's what I teach my clients to do. Be the safe parent. Let your kids feel heard by you. They don't need you to fix everything. Just be steady and loving and willing to listen to anything they want to share with you. Also, use age appropriate truth. For younger children, you might say, everyone has different ways of handling stress. I always want you to feel safe and heard with me. For teens, you might want to say, it's okay to notice when something doesn't feel respectful or fair. You can always talk to me about it, right? You're inviting them to share their feelings with you. You're not necessarily making a judgment or an opinion. You're just letting them know they can vent with you. They can share whatever they want with you. You're being the safe parent for them. Also, model emotional regulation. Don't badmouth your ex, but do name the emotions that come up. For example, you might say, I know this change is frustrating. I feel that too, but we'll get through it together, right? It's not blaming anyone. It's just recognizing the frustration of the situation and then helping them look forward to a resolution with you involved. That's modeling emotional regulation. One of my clients recently said, Jen, the more I healed, the calmer my kids became. And that is not a coincidence, friend. Your healing helps your children heal too. Children mimic their parents' emotions, language, and learn how to handle stress and challenges by watching how their parents do. We see this with babies. When a mom is relaxed and calm, many times her children are too. And this doesn't stop as your children grow up. As you learn to regulate your own emotions and stay calm in stressful situations that come up in your divorce and co-parenting, your children will too. The fourth tip I have for you is to anchor yourself spiritually. And this applies to their spiritual confidence as well. As you stay grounded in your faith and you trust God in your divorce journey to help you with your co-parenting challenges, even when your former spouse is a narcissist, your children will learn this skill also. Your faithfulness in this challenging situation will have a lasting, even generational impact on your family. Co-parenting with a narcissist can feel like you're always walking into a storm, but you have a divine anchor. Go to the Lord often. Ask for discernment. Ask for peace when everything feels unfair. Ask for wisdom from Him in knowing how to respond to whatever situations arise and when not to respond. As I often tell my clients, no response is a response. Our Father in heaven can help you recognize and honor the truth, regardless of what someone else is saying or doing. You cannot allow someone else to deceive your heart. And that means you have to have a strong inner voice. You have to practice using your faith in yourself and in God in these very difficult situations to stay connected to truth. There are times when you know the truth and when someone is deliberately trying to confuse or mislead you or others. You have to go over it and over it in your head to remind yourself of exactly what the truth is. Sometimes you may even need to say it out loud or write it down. I have done this myself many times. That's why we have to constantly seek and speak the truth from trusted sources. Our Father in heaven, our prophet and apostles, and even our bishops and ministering sisters and brothers, and the revelation spoken directly to our hearts from the Holy Ghost is the way to overcome the manipulation and gaslighting that you deal with when you're co-parenting with a narcissist. Remind yourself over and over of the truth about what really happened in your marriage and in your divorce and what the truth is right now, so you're not deceived or manipulated by them. And let me add that many times it just feels so unfair for you and for your children. And it feels like there's no justice in this life. There's no immediate accountability for all that they have done or are doing. We have to remain in faith and trust that all things will be made right in the end. God will right all of our wrongs, and there will be justice for every one of us. I had a time when I didn't know whether to respond or ignore yet another manipulative email. And I remember praying, Heavenly Father, what will bring the most peace? And the answer came softly but clearly: silence is power. That response brought me so much peace, and it kept me out of the chaos of yet one other blow up with my former spouse. As I learned and often advise my clients, no response is a powerful response. Remember, you are not alone in this co-parenting experience or in navigating divorce. Let me remind you of something. You are not crazy. You're not weak, but you're definitely not alone. If you're co-parenting with a narcissist, that's one of the most challenging situations to be in. Give yourself a whole lot of grace. You are doing your very best. Okay, sometimes that means you're not showing up as the best parent you want to be or the best version of yourself, but it's hard. Give yourself a break. I know it feels like this will last forever, but it won't. Children do grow up and become adults, and your ex will still be a narcissist, but you won't be co-parenting with them forever. When your children grow up, that responsibility will end, okay? It won't last forever. So hang in there, my friend. You are worthy of love and peace and a beautiful future filled with hope. Don't let anyone, especially a narcissistic ex, make you believe otherwise. Surround yourself with positive, loving people who lift you up. Find a tribe that encourages your growth and celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Healing happens in community. There's this African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. You can make progress on your own, but lasting success and permanent change happen when you have support. Inside my Faith-Filled Divorce Coaching Program, I help men and women every week learn how to parent with peace, reclaim their voice, and stop letting their former spouse control their emotions. If you want help walking through this journey with support, I would love to help you and be part of your tribe. You can learn more at findthejoywithjen.com and check in the show notes for the link. Friend, you deserve a life of peace. You deserve healthy relationships, and you deserve to feel like yourself again. But that's going to take work on your part. So don't give up. Keep doing the daily work, like learning these skills and applying them in your life. If this episode has helped you in any way, would you please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you haven't left me a 5-star rating, please take just a minute, go to the bottom of my profile, find those 5 stars, and click the one to the far right. I would really appreciate your help since your ratings and reviews are the driving force that help other men and women find this content and get the support and help that they need navigating divorce. And that is my mission, my ministry, my work, and I love doing it. And I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you. Until next time, stay strong, stay faithful, and keep seeking that joy, friend. It is there if you choose to find it. You've got this. Bye, y'all.